So you were a co-reviewer to the project, and then you also became a project lead, or in OpenStack terms, a PTL, which means project team lead at one point. Was that something that you wanted to do? How did that happen?
That happened around the time that OpenStack was really losing a lot of its contributors. So at the point in time that I became PTL of Keystone, I was one of the last maintainers who still hadn't served my time as PTL. The end of it, it was my time. And I wasn't really uh, wanting to do it, to be honest. I'm not good at project management things. I'm more of a technical person, but also a person that enjoys meetings, building consensus, and just the social aspect of open source. I do not have the project management piece in the middle that connects the two.
Mhm.
So it was really hard to be on time with reviews and run the meeting every week and just plan the agenda for conferences and present the new features in the conference. And just so much project management work, cutting releases, doing backports. Just yeah, the responsibilities far outweigh the benefits of being a project team lead. It's much better to be like second or third below, so you can delegate all of that to someone and actually work on the cool stuff, which is the people and the code.
When you talk about both being a maintainer as well as a project team lead, you kind of talk about these roles as being a servant, which I personally, as someone being involved in open source for a little while too, I really do appreciate. Did you ever experience, like, I don't know, in your organization maybe, or anyone else looking at that those roles as you gaining power as opposed to responsibilities?
Not in my organization, especially considering that everything we do is open source and we're mostly integrating software. Um, so it was never about like gaining power because we have a product and we need to get customers. And it was more just me being more effective by gaining more responsibility with regards to my job. It was never about influence. Uh, it was obviously my desire to have more influence for the fact that I wanted to make things better. And I could make things better by contributing more, by being there, talking to more people, being recognized that people trust me. These are my patches. Let's get them in, but never about power specifically.
And when you became the project team lead, how hard did it get to, like, balance the responsibilities, the daily job, still having a life outside of both the day job and open source?
I don't think it impacted my work-life balance. Perhaps it impacted my motivation, especially given that Keystone was losing most of its contributors at the time. So we went from having team dinners at conferences where there would be 10 to 15 of us to team dinners at conferences where there's 3 to 4 of us to, hey, it's COVID now, we're all on Zoom. But we're also looking for other jobs. So you're probably going to be the only one still maintaining Keystone a year from now. And that's how I saw it. So it was very hard motivation wise to be the last remaining and like not really having a new generation of maintainers to follow after so that I could trust them and feel like it was in good hands and I could move on and work on new and exciting things because it's about time. So I think that was the hardest thing, just keeping with that motivation day by day, not seeing that uh, there would be someone to take the burden from me when I will have been PTL for like a year. And after 1 year of PTLing, I remember OpenStack had just approved a new form of leadership for projects, which was called DPL, so Distributed Project Leadership. And I just transitioned Keystone to distributed project leadership because there were just two maintainers now, me and another person. And neither of us really wanted to do the role, but diluting the role into between two people and nobody really having that, not a lot got done during that period. It was really good then a few years later to see Red Hat assigning about 3 people into Keystone, and I was able to work really closely with them, and now all 3 of them have maintainership on Keystone, and I can feel like I can finally sort of move on and start focusing on things that I find more exciting and are helping with my motivation and not risking me burnout. So I started
Right.
focusing more on technical committee things, governance things. That was really important to see that there was continuity in the project.